8 surprising discoveries made by deep-sea divers. Ancient treasures. The ocean floor is known to be home to more ancient artifacts than any of the museums all around the world. Deep-sea divers have very often come across various treasures, which have included an amphora, a gold chalice, and a kylix, which is said to be a two-handed cup. It is reported that these treasures made their journey to the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea about 3,400 years ago. This happened when a merchant vessel, almost 50 feet long, sank off the coast of Turkey. Talk about a real steal. A 13,500-year-old human skull. While ancient treasures, as well as artifacts under the sea, are undoubtedly fascinating, there are many odd things resting at the bottom of the sea too. Divers have even managed to find remnants of a human body that have sometimes included entire skeletons or just bones, or even human skulls. One particular case that stood out from absolutely everything else was when a diver came across a skull that had been perfectly preserved and reportedly belonged to a 13,000-year-old girl's skeleton. This skull was found off the Mexican coast back in 2007. Moai statues. Countless statues have also been commonly discovered at the bottom of the ocean. This has even included Polynesian moai statues. These moai statues, which look quite similar to the ones on Easter Island, have been discovered all across the world but are mostly found in Cancun, Punta Niche, Mexico, and Isla Mujeres. These statues that existed almost 1,000 years ago were found along with other Aztec and Polynesian artifacts. Others continue to remain undiscovered. Egyptian tombstone. Along with several other artifacts from a lost city, an Egyptian tombstone was also discovered by divers. It was found just off the coast of Egypt and Greece and was said to have belonged to the ancient city of Heraklion. The city was believed to have been permanently lost to the sea until it was ultimately discovered about 1,200 years later. This city dates all the way back to the 6th century BC, which was then taken over by an increase in water levels that eventually submerged it. Divers have claimed several ancient artifacts, along with the tombstone, that have since been displayed in museums all over the Mediterranean. Gold coins. Finding ancient treasures is certainly one thing that easily excites divers. Deep-sea divers tend to come across items that are worth a generous amount, and one diver, in particular, managed to hit the jackpot. He stumbled upon a treasure that was worth almost $1 million back in 2015 off the coast of Florida. The treasure included about 40 feet of ornate gold chains, 51 gold coins, and one incredibly rare coin that was made just for Philip V, the King of Spain. It's quite highly possible to find more treasures like this one. A Roman city. The infamous mythical city of Atlantis or the Egyptian city of Heraklion are not the only two stories of sunken cities. Another lost Roman city had been discovered by a group of divers very recently. The remains of what was once called Neapolis were uncovered back in 2017, just off the coast of North Africa. Reports confirm that the city had been submerged due to a massive tsunami that occurred about 1,600 years ago. This city lies quite close to the coast of Tunisia and has remains that vary from pots, columns, tiles, and a lot more that once made up an entire city. Mayan pyramids. It's not exactly every day that you come across pyramids underwater, but a relatively recent discovery with the help of Google located this Mayan pyramid right under the Pacific Ocean. Divers all the way from Mexico hurried out to confirm whether this pyramid actually existed, and they were surprised, to say the least. The Mayan pyramid was in surprisingly perfect shape and measured almost 8.5 miles across a side. People believe that many more pyramids are present underwater, although they might not be as massive as this one. trains. Locomotives or trains have been found in several spots all over the world. However, one particular discovery that happened just off the coast in Long Beach, New Jersey, stands out. Also known as the underwater train graveyard, this train wreck is particularly mysterious and lies about 90 feet below the sea level and has reportedly been there for almost 100 years. It was initially discovered by a scuba diver back in 1985 and has since become a massive interest for several historians as to how this particular train managed to find its way to such depths.